Hello and welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions Global, we have a new event coming this Wednesday, probably along with a new Hatcher. So in this video, let's talk about the three characters that will be featured that day. And then, with the announcement of this new event and Hatcher, I'm starting to doubt that they are going to have a raid for Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm kind of doubting that they are going to do a Final Fantasy VII collaboration in Global, at least. The raid, actually, I kind of feel like there's no need for it anymore, just because there are so many shards of Yashutra and Thancred available in the shop. If you are upset that there is not going to be a raid, you can be upset with me, because I probably did the most talking about it. The official channels for the game, they didn't talk about it once, so they're not to blame. But yeah, you can get angry at me if you like. Another thing that's kind of funky about the timing of that new event is that Shadowlynx and Federica, they'll only have been new for a week before those new characters come out. That's kind of sad because, you know, that's less time for them to be in the spotlight. But also they're going to have to share space in the rotating shop with those new characters, so that'll make it more difficult for like dolphins and whales to raise their crystal levels. And then also for the monthly login bonus, you're getting Federica shards, you know, every few days. That means that Yeruma is not going to get a login bonus, so that'll make it more difficult to build her as well. I'm sure there's a good reason why there's this sudden quick pace of new characters being released, but I'm not going to guess what that is. But anyway, let's talk about those three new characters. First one is Yeruma. She'll be the UR Hatcher monster. And then I'm going to pull for her. And the main reason for that is because I don't have her in JP, or I don't have her leveled in JP, so I do want to level her in Global and try her out. And she's really good. And actually, if she were part of the Global release pool, I would have made her a top pick to do the Reset Marathon for. But she is a main job Viking, so she has very good attacks, both short range and medium range. She probably has the strongest short range attacks in the game. But attack is high, speed is decent, HP is decent. Sub-job, she has Knight, so that means more short range attacks with some breaks. And then the third job is Thief. So this will give her some nice movement abilities, and then also kind of status effect abilities like Steal Time, Steal Sight, stuff like that. And then she is Wind Element, and then she does Slash type attacks. And then the meta, if we look at JP, it will be very centered on Slash types attacks for like the first 4 or 5 months. That includes like Stern and Orlandu, Ramza, people like that. So Yeruma will fit right in with the attack types, and then even if the raid or something does not take her element or her slash type, she still has Steal Time, which is very useful for raids. It can help build the chains of your other team members. So yeah, even if she doesn't match in any other way, at the very least she'll be able to join and use that Thief skill to contribute. I think a lot of people are going to skip her because I think most people, they either spent all of their resources in the launch Hatcher or with the Federica Hatcher, or they're saving up for Final Fantasy Tactics. So if you do get her and level her, she'll be kind of unique and special. One nice benefit of being Wind Element is that she will get bonus damage against Earth Element units. And so she's kind of a Monto Slayer, or a free-to-play Slayer. So in PvP, she'll be very effective. So yeah, a lot of people are going to maybe skip on Yeruma, but the people that I can recommend her to would be whales, you know, that just want a variety of elements and then attack types. Maybe also people that just started just now and they're looking for a good attacker. Yeruma would fit the bill for them. I would not recommend her to free-to-play users unless they started the game with like Engelbert or Ayaka, and they don't have a UR attacker. If that's the case, then you can go after her. And then any new character is kind of the most recommended character for new players, just because their shards will be very available in the shop. And so if I pull Yeruma on Wednesday and then buy her shards, she'll leapfrog all of the other characters that I have, just because I'll be able to raise her crystal level very quickly. Okay, so that is Yeruma. Look forward to pulling her. Next, we'll look at the MR that will come in the same hatcher. That is Nasia. I don't know if I can recommend her to anybody, because she is main job Paladin, which is tanking. And everybody has a Monto already, so they have their tank role filled. But I guess I can point out the differences between the two units. Nasia, she does have the white mage sub-job, so she can do heal, Esuna, raise, so you can kind of combine your tank and your healer into one unit, so that would be good slot efficiency. Some advantages that Monto have, he has greater movement, so move and then jump later will be upgraded, so he'll be able to get around much more easily than Nasia. And then of course Monto is much easier to max out. Nasia, you have to take the long way around and then gather her shards little by little. One advantage that Nasia has though is her ice element. I just said that wind element units have the advantage over Monto and other earth elements. But Nasia, the ice element unit, has the advantage on wind characters. So if you wanted to defend against Yeruma or maybe later Lucia, Nasia would be the better tank than Monto by far. Okay, and then the last character for the event is going to be a free MR, just like Yashutura. And then this is Etoa. She's not as good as Yashutura or Gafgarion though, so I would say she's low priority. But even though I say that, everybody should still get 500 of her shards to max her crystal level. Because if the event follows the JP style, it'll be super easy to get those 500 shards. You just have to play her highest difficulty level quest once a day, and then you'll get like 20-30 shards a day. So you just keep that up and then you'll max her crystal level in no time. But whether you want to max her stars or not, that's up to you. But main job Monk, that will give her some decent ranged attacks, and then also some support abilities. She has a raise and an Esuna and a cure, and then also a TP heal, which is cool. But I think all of those skills are difficult to use because they're short range, and you have to be on the same elevation as well, which can be difficult. Let's look at one of them here. Yeah, so here's Chakra. It's only one panel away from her, 0 elevation. And then here's Raise, again, one panel away from her, 0 elevation. So yeah, she might be a little difficult to use. If you've played Final Fantasy Tactics, you know that the monks in there have that same kind of limitation. So you have to think ahead a few turns how to position your guys to get the most out of that healing. But sub-job for her is Cleric. Not great, but if you equip it, you can kind of add to her support and healing capabilities. And then the Knight sub-job, again, short range attacks with breaks. But the best thing about Etoa is her Trustmaster. It's an accessory that'll give you a little bit of agility, and that's a very rare skill to get some points for. And I'm still using it in JP. I still think actually it's the best Trustmaster of any of the free MR characters that they hand out. So if you did decide to max out Etoa, you would get a lot of use out of this Trustmaster, I guarantee it. Phoebe's Trustmaster, who is an SR, it'll also give you agility, and more agility to boot. But it's a piece of armor, so it's not as versatile as an accessory. Every character can equip up to 2 accessories, but only 1 piece of armor, so there is that. Okay, but that's a quick preview of those 3 new characters. Should be pretty exciting when they come. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.